So let's start by checking out some of the masters. What are they into? So of course, this is the great Paul Chambers. And this is from a recording, and I've only got a little bit here because I want to practice this and move this around. But this is from a bootleg recording with Red Garland where they're playing duo, Cafe Bohemia, that I don't think it's been released anywhere. But let's play it. So basically, it's Paul's playing the 1 chord, and he's trying to get to the 2 chord here, and we have some other examples that are doing the same thing, but play it with me. So it's basically the C major scale going down until we get there, right? Let's play it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So now this is a really common bass line or concept, right? This like half step above the 5th, leading into the 5th. And we could call this the bebop scale. I don't think anybody, when this was being played, I don't know if they called it the bebop scale or not, but the idea is to hit the 5th right here. So it's kind of like we have a goal right here of getting to the 5th on beat 1 to still have the chord sound grounded. He's not implying a G chord. He's not implying some other type of chord. He's just playing it in, I guess if you want to call it second inversion or something like that. So let's play it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So it just flows. It's beautiful. I mean, it's Paul Chambers bass line. It's got to be beautiful, right? So let's check out another one really quick. This is PC on If I Were a Bell. Let's play this real quick. So here again, this is a similar type of concept where he's going to the 2 chord. The song is going to the 2 chord. It's a 1, 3, 6, 2, right? So let's play this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So it just flows really well. Again, he's descending the scale, that major scale, and putting in this chromatic half step to get to the 5th, which is kind of, in this case, implying maybe the 3rd of A minor or the 7th of D7. If you want to call this whole bar, D7, you can too. But it's definitely putting a secondary dominant right here to get to the G minor chord. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Flows, right? So we're just taking little snippets today. I've got one that's a little bit longer. Here's a different bass line from PC on the same track, or a different snippet of the transcription. Now let's try this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's going there most likely, right? But again, we see that half step. And so the case can be made that maybe this isn't strictly the bebop scale. Again, we could say that we're just trying to get chromatically to the 5th. And you could say that too, but we're going to practice it because it makes sense. And I have a more explicit example too, coming from the judge, the great Milt Hinton. This is from one of Milt Hinton's earlier albums on the Bethlehem label. I can't think of the name of it right now. It'll come to me. But this is on 3 Little Words. I love you. 3 little words. That song, if you recognize it. So, and he's playing it upstairs. It's pretty quick. So let me just play it through. You can hear it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Broken thirds. Right, so it all flows, and he's on the 1 chord, and he's not implying any other really chords, and everything flows. It's very linear. That's a really important aspect of this, is that we're trying to make bass lines that aren't, that was weird, that aren't jumping all over the place, doing big skips and stuff like that. It's very, it's important to be able to do that too. But kind of like what if anybody was tuned in last week, what Ruben and I were talking about, Ruben Rogers, excuse me, and I were talking about with walking bass lines, keeping that really linear type of, using small intervals and things like that. And this is kind of an offshoot of that, using the major scale and then throwing in the half step between the 6th and the 5th. All right, let's check out one more example, and then we'll talk about a little bit more about what the bebop scale is. All right, so here's, I love this picture. Man, this picture just, can anybody else hear this picture? This is Milt Hinton, the judge, playing on what looks like a 5/4 bass. I mean, this is a huge bass. It looks huge, and I can just hear this. It sounds incredible. But anyway, so this is a small snippet transcription from Branford Marsalis's Trio GP album with Milt Hinton, of course. And there's another bass player on there too, Delbert Felix, incredible. But this is from Milt Hinton, and Jeff Tain Watts is playing drums on the album too. If you've not checked it out, it's a great, super swinging and light, like fun album, like yeah, and just incredible playing. Anyways, I'm still talking. So let's check out this bass line, see how Milt Hinton uses this half step from the sixth in a different way instead of just going down the scale. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we go to 2. Right, but we see in this very first measure, that little snippet right there, that works beautifully, right? So it's not, it can get repetitive perhaps to always play or to always think about playing the root on beat 1. This is a good way to get around that, playing the 5th on beat 1. You can do the same thing with the 3rd as well, of course, and we have an exercise coming up for that. But we can see Milt Hinton playing the 5th right here on beat 1, and again, he's doing it here. He's still playing a C major chord, implying a C major chord. And interesting with this recording, there's no harmonic instrument, there's no piano, there's no guitar, so it's all, they get to do what they're doing, which is beautiful. So another example of perhaps the bebop scale in walking bass lines to make everything nice and linear and smooth. So let's talk about what the bebop scale is really quick, okay? This is not it, this is the C major scale, right? But if we think about this just from a rhythmic aspect, I'm going to cut on my metronome. Hopefully you can hear that well. So I've got my metronome on at 60 beats per minute, and I'm going to call it 2 and 4. If you're joining us again, you already know the story, or we've got the metronome on 2 and 4 like a hi-hat, right? But now if we just play the C major scale, we're going to notice something really quick. The 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that's beat 1, right? Right there, and that kind of sounding like we're implying a different chord change, right? To hit an F right there, it's not, since we're not playing the root or the 3rd or the 5th, it's kind of implying, a different sound altogether. Not to say that you couldn't alter this, like something like this. Maybe something like that. You flip it and you delay your resolution, perhaps. You can do that for sure. But let's play the whole scale up and down. Play it with me, all right? 1, 2, 3, go. See, in that D, right? That D on beat 1, 2 it makes it sound like you're trying to play a D minor, or you literally are, and then an A, and so all the harmonic rhythm is kind of falling off really quick, right? There's other ways, of course, that we can add in chromaticism inside of the major scale that is not using the bebop scale, like you can throw in those, as long as you know your goals, like where you're heading to, then that's going to give your lines those directions, and you can use chromaticism that way. Okay, so I'm still skirting around it, but here is our C major bebop scale now. Okay, so let's look real quick at what's happening with it. And I apologize if this is a long-winded explanation. If you already know the bebop scale, you're like, okay, what are we doing? But basically, the only difference between the major scale and the bebop scale is putting in this chromatic half step from the 6th to the 5th. And that's in both directions, so we can see it here. C, B, A flat, G, F, E, D, C. And if you kept going down, it would be the same thing. You can put it in any register, the register doesn't matter. And there is some great, if you're further interested in this too, Barry Harris is a great resource to kind of understand why this is happening. It's almost like an implication of a G7 flat 9 chord, like the dominant of C major. That's long-winded. It's for our purposes right now. I think it has more to do with the flow of the bass line. So let's play this through. I'm going to loop this, and then I want to take it through some different keys, okay, so we can really practice it. So grab your bass if you got it. Piano, electric bass, doesn't matter. This is just, we're talking about bass lines. Doesn't matter what instrument you're using. If you've got your saxophone out, let's play it. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. And we're practice it just like we're really walking though. So we loop this through, and everything falls fifth. Everything falls really well inside of the chord, right? And a lot of people know this bebop scale, right? But how do we put that in our bass lines? How do we really use it? That's kind of the focus of what we're going to do today, all right? So I've got some small things that we can practice in that regard. All right, so that's the C major bebop scale. Let's put it through a few different keys. Any type of new concept you're practicing, always put it through some new keys, just to get a deeper understanding of it, right? Tempo's 2. Let's do it in F. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. So there's that half step there, right? We put in that D flat. And this is not something you need to do, like, this is not the end-all be-all to use the bebop scale. It's just another tool in our arsenal. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying this is the only way to do it. I'm just saying we should practice it because it can help our bass lines, right? Okay, let's go into B flat. Ready? B flat. So where's the half step? It's going to be between G and F. So G, G flat, F, and that'll get us there. Let's do it descending again too. So, or beginning descending, and we'll go back up. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. And when you practice these, try to make them, you know, like as if you're really walking a bass line. Don't practice these scales just to be practicing scales. Try to make them feel good. One more time. Long, sustained legato notes and clear attacks. That's the name of the game with our walking lines, right? And right down the middle. Let's move it into E flat. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. Right, there's that half step between C and B flat. And I'm just throwing a little skips every now and then, might as well. As long as it's in time, it feels good. Let's do A flat. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. Ooh. Forgot how to play for a second. All right, let's do D flat. Ready? I'm going to play my D flat right here. And where's the half step? Between B flat and A flat, right? So we're going to put an A natural inside of our D flat major scale, right? And so if you are ever interested in doing a deeper dive into your major scales, and especially in like 2 octaves, which is pretty much like that's a good range. That's required for like most universities to go study, etc. But it also, more importantly, is just we need to be able to play our bass. My new course, Walking with Scales, we go through all of these, all of the major scales, and then go through the bebop scale as well. But I have fingerings for everything, electric bass as well, tab, everything that you could need to get practicing with your scales. So if that's an interest to you, check it out. D flat, right? That's where we're at. Let's do D flat. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I was noticing that some of my notes are not. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Trying to make all these notes the same volume, really consistent. That's the name of the game with walking bass lines too. Clear and consistent. Hopefully nothing's popping out too much, getting really loud or soft and falling away. F sharp, G flat, whatever you want to call it. Let's do F sharp. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And where's that half step? That D, right? And by putting these through the different keys too, your ears will start to hear this more, right? When we practice this stuff, I think, that it's just as important to come at it from an ear training point of view. Like, can you hear those half steps? Where are you hearing half steps and whole steps? Half, whole, halves. Right? So, hear your bass lines. Don't just put your fingers to it, you know? Try to hear them. Let's do B. We're just going to go around the cycle, it looks like. All right? B major. This is the B major bebop scale. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Here's that half step between the 6th and the 5th. So it's just like we're playing scales, right? Everything is put together. Except that now it's lined up rhythmically, right? Just for fun, I'm gonna go back and just play the B major scale. Now it just sounds like I'm practicing scales. And it's off rhythmically already. Completely off, right? It just flipped. So that doesn't really work. And again, there's ways that you can add chromaticism. This is not the end all be all. Again, let's do E major. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. C, right. And of course you could do these 2 octaves. I'm just doing them. Let's go up. Let's do the 2nd octave. Keep going up. There. Let's go into A, okay? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So that half step is between F sharp and F. I can't see y'all, but hopefully y'all are playing with me. I'm not doing this all by myself. It's a lot more fun to get your bass out and do it instead of just watching me do it, right? Let's go into D. 1, 2, 3, D. And we're gonna get more, we're gonna get deeper into this pretty soon, so I just want to get warmed up, get these scales under our fingers. I also see some comments are sitting over there, and I'm gonna check those out pretty soon. Any suggestions, anything you want to say, any questions? All right, got one more, right? Did we start in C? Anyways, let's do G. You ready? So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. E flat. So it's kind of implying that's the flat 9 of the D7 chord, right? Of the D7 flat 9 chord. And every other note that we're playing too is kind of implying D7 flat 9 too, if you get into it. Again, that's the Barry Harris, flat 6 concept. Plenty of people have talked about that. I'm not going to get into that today. So G, D, exactly, right? All right, here we go. Let's end this. Great. All right. So now, here's what I want to practice in regards to this. Yes. So here we have just a variation on the bebop scale where we're pivoting around not the root but the 5th. So you see we are doing our half step descending chromatic down to the 5th. So we're going to land on the 5th on beat 1, which is what we want, right? So it still sounds like we're in the key of C major, even though we're not playing C. That's still implying that sound, right? Because of where we're coming from and also where we're going. So we're not implying a different chord by playing G on beat 1. Same thing here when we get to the 3rd, right? That's on beat 1. That also still imparts that C major sound. So let's play this through. I'm going to up the tempo just a little bit. Let's see what we got. I'm going to put it at 80. Put it at 80 and we'll call that 2 and 4. So somebody do the math for me. 160, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So by doing that, and I'll explain too here, we're doing G, and then instead of going to A flat, I'm playing A. I find that more pleasing than to do something like this. Although, I just messed it up when I was trying to think. Playing and talking, right? It's just more pleasing to me to have that A natural right there for whatever reason, so that's what I wrote. But let's play it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So we're pivoting up from each of those goals, like from the 5th and then the 3rd, and then getting back to our 1 chord, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So simplistic, right? Let's put it through some keys. Let's put it, instead of going around the cycle of fourths, let's do chromatic. Okay? 1, this will be D flat. I'll slow down, sorry. D flat, same idea. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Pivot, 3rd, pivot, goal. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. All right, how about D? D natural. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. One more time. Oh, totally missed that note. Once more. Wrong. One more time. Help me out, Andrew. All right, let's do E flat. You ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Again. Good. Let's do E. Let's bring it down here now. We'll get back into the in the roots in the bottom of the bass. Okay, down low. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Go. Here's the pivot from the 5th, 3rd. One more time. Good. Right. F. 2, 1, 2, 3. Good. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving because I want to go and do some other stuff with the transcriptions. Let's go into G flat now. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I had to think about the fingering on that one. Nah. Let's try it again. Good. Let's do G. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 3rd. Go one more time. Sorry, I'll stop singing. You want to hear that? Good. A flat. 2, 1, 2, 3. Remember, as you're practicing this, we're practicing these scales like we're walking. So make sure it's in time, make sure it's swinging. What does that mean? To me, that means good clear attacks, long sustained notes, so I'm not doing any of that really, like you can do that. Some people say, that it's supposed to always be long. I hear Paul Chambers play staccato, shorter notes very often, and it's swinging, and it sounds great, you know what I mean? So that's my side of it. I know people say that that's, I'll stop talking. A, 2, 1, 2, 3. Great, let's do B flat. Let's just roll through these. 1, 2, 3, go. All right, how about B natural? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Again. Great. Okay. So now that we've gotten warmed up and checked out our bebop scales and then added in the pivots, now we can go back and I want to check out these bass lines that we were checking out from Paul Chambers and Milt Hinton, and I'm going to do the same thing. I want to transpose those to different keys. So let's just start at the top. This is the first one that we did, the first one that we checked out. And now that we've practiced this scale, you could probably see it. That's night and day. That's like very, very clearly that bebop scale sound, the major bebop. Quick explanation too. Let me see what I got here. No. Help me out, Andrew. Yeah, here we go. So, okay, so there's not just one single bebop scale, and I apologize if I'm preaching to the choir, but let me say this out loud too. The C Mixolydian scale, which we would play on C7, like we were playing in the key of F, right, with that flatted seventh, so C, B flat, instead of C, B natural. That's the dominant seventh sound, right, or Mixolydian. So you can turn that into the bebop scale as well by adding in a half step between the root and the seventh. So it'll end up like this. Man, I need to get this bass, this fingerboard replayed. I'm coming to see you, Top Notch. Top Notch Strings in St. Louis. If you're in St. Louis, go check them out. Free commercial. So you can do this too, right? That being said, I hear a lot of times, Paul, going back to Paul Chambers, I won't be so formal, apologize. Paul Chambers not playing the bebop scale, but still doing that chromatic motion, like the half step leading into the fifth and hitting the fifth on beat one. So that's, making the case for maybe it's not just the bebop scale, but we're getting it under our fingers and practicing, and the more we can hear that, that's really the key. We're really just trying to be able to hear that and put that into our lines. So let's do this now. Let's take, I'm just gonna leave Paul up here. I love this picture, man. The coolest cat in the world. I'm really distracted like looking at him now. So let's play this bass line again and take it systematically. Let's talk about it. I'm not gonna put on a metronome. Let's talk about it as we're playing. I say let's, yeah, I'm gonna talk. I'm sorry I talk so much. 1, 7, and here's that 6. Flat 6. Now I'm being real slow and thorough with this right now because I want to understand numerically and intervallically how to do this when I transpose it. So here I am, we just went down the bebop scale, right? That shouldn't be any big deal given that we just practiced it, right? But now what happens next? So from the 5th, he's going to the 3rd. It's almost like he's doing a secondary dominant into, and these are big words that just mean it's a 5-1, that kind of idea, right? It's very, very common. So he's still implying, he could be implying like an E here, but it sounds very C major. It's all diatonic. So 5, 3, and then up a 4th, and then up a major 3rd to get you to the 2 chord. All right, so let's play and think about this. So we got C, B, A flat, G. Now what's the 3rd? Up a 4th, up a major 3rd, and then a half step. Half step gets you to that 2 chord. Right? Let's play it again. 1, 2, 3. Go. Right? Do you have it internalized? It's not very much information. It's 2 bars, 9 beats. You have it internalized? Let's play it. 1, 2, 3, go. And his chord progression comes up so often that we really do, we want to be really comfortable with this. Quick note too, you could do some octave displacement with any of this and still have the line work. You could play the whole line, obviously up an octave, up an octave. So you want to be able to do that probably before we start changing into different keys. You can drop any part of this down too, or up. I mean, within reason. That's the same line, I just flipped some of the octaves, right? So the same, by using those same parameters, the rules work, right? So even if I change octaves, as long as I'm not getting crazy and not doing my bass player job of providing the bottom, right? Then we can do stuff like that, okay? So let's do it one more time in the original range, register, and in the original key, and then we'll start moving around in different keys. And let's get our friendly metronome back. Since we're maybe doing something a little less familiar, I'm just gonna slow it down. Just for me. 60 beats per minute, okay? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. That gets us to our 2 chord, right? So let's try the same thing in F. So we have F, E, going down that bebop scale, going to the 3rd, up a 4th. That gets us to that 6 chord, D, D7, up a major 3rd, which is leading us to the 2 chord, right? It's all forward. It's all moving forward. Got it? Let's do it again. 1, 2, the 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. One more time. 2, 3, 4. Sweet. All right, let's do it in B flat. And by the way, too, I know you see down below, we have $30 off my new course, Walking with Scales, which is where a lot of this information, hey, how's it going, is coming from today, right? Sorry, I'm not good at commercials, but that's me, right? So this is my new course. It's out. Everything's on electric, upright, tabbed out, all fingerings for everything. If you're trying to get better, like really get some practice and some focus practice in on your scales, major scales, and then the bebop scale, and then turning that into these walking lines like what we're doing right now, then that might be a good course to check out, okay? So we just did it in F, let's do it in B flat now. So we're gonna go up, cycle of 4 through these, okay? Let's just figure out our notes really quick. Now we know since we need to get down to the 3rd of B flat, we can't do it down here unless you've got your 5-string. Jacob, you out there with your 5-string bass or an extension. I don't have an extension. I could drop D, right, but I'm not going to. Didn't sound right. Anyways, we'll talk about dropping D. Right? So scale, this is the bebop scale, and I'm trying to get down to the 3rd, which gets me to the 6th chord, right, which is the dominant chord, G7. So now I'm heading to C minor, the 2 chord in our key of B flat, major 3rd, to get us to the root. 1, 2, the 1, 2, 3. You got it? Let's try it again. 2, 3, 4. Good. Let's do it in E flat. Now we can drop this one down, I think. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. I'm going down the bebop scale. 2, 3, 4. To the 3rd, 6, 2 chord. Got it? Let's do it in A flat. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Good. All right. How about D flat? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. I think keeping all of this down here is a good idea because I know I'm going to go a whole step higher than where I'm starting. So that maybe put that in consideration. What I'm talking about is fingering wise. If I was going down here, that's all cool actually. And you could do a shift from this B flat to D. It's not huge. But another way to do it is keep everything kind of boxed in here. We have the luxury of knowing what we're going to play, you know what I mean? So we can practice it and think about fingerings in that regard. D flat one more time. So 1, 2, 3, go. Cool. How about G flat? F sharp. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. Did you make it on that one? I'm thinking about that, and we're not going very fast. 3, 2 chord. B natural. Let's do B natural now. You ready? So we're starting on B, of course, going down the bebop scale, going to the 3rd, upper 4th, major 3rd, and then we're at our 2 chord. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. And there's that thing with that big shift, like what I was thinking about from D flat. So maybe we can think about this in a different way. Maybe fingering it like that. Keeping this boxed in. Really, the only answer is the only correct answer is how does it sound? How does it sound, right? If it sounds like you're having trouble with intonation, like I do, you know, like figure out a different fingering. Maybe that's going to help with the pitch and the intonation, and then the speed. So fingerings are that's all part of it there too, right? So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. All right, that was, can I just switch keys? I might have played D flat twice. Let's go to G flat. Did we already do G flat? been one of those days. We surely did. We did B. Yeah, we did. I was going backwards. Let's do E. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. To the 2 chord. One more time. So 1, 2, 3, go. Good. All right, so we're starting to get the hang of this, right? This is an E. Let's bump up the tempo if we're going into A. Let's bump it up to nothing drastic. I'm gonna put it at 72. Okay. So 72, this is the key of, oh man, I cannot keep my brain together. A, let's do A. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Great, do it again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. I lied, I switched the octave. 2, 3, go. Great. Let's do D. Almost there. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. Right, so we're going 1 chord, 6 chord to the 2 chord. If we start in D, we know we need to end on an E. So that's another thing with transposition. Knowing where you start and where you end is good things to keep in mind. Thinking intervallically, and then also being able to hear this. Hopefully you're able to hear from one note to the next what the next note should be, because that's really what we get. We have one beat, and then we want to know what's happening next, right? Or we want to be able to hear it, is what I'm trying to say. All right, D, one more time. 1, 2, the 1, 2, 3, go. Good, okay, let's do G. 2, 1, 2, 3, go. One more time. 1, 2, 3, go. Awesome. All right, getting the hang of this, right? So the more that we practice, like ripping bass lines, stealing, transcribing, especially from the masters, and then working on them in different keys and really practicing them, they're going to get under our fingers, and more importantly, again, they're going to get in our ears. So let's keep practicing this. This line is pretty similar. Of course, we're in the key of F with Paul Chambers here on If I Were a Bell. Let's play through this line again really quick and see if we can't transpose this to some different keys too. So again, it's starting off with this major bebop scale that we practiced, right? There's no pivots really going on in here. It's just that those pivots are giving us some options that we can do, and that's more coming from like the Milt Hinton bass line that we have coming up too. So let's look here. This is PC. So it's really functioning the same way harmonically, right? You can hear that 1 chord to just basically the 6 chord, or 2-5 into the 2 chord. Let's try it. Now that we're warmed up a little bit, I'm just going to keep this tempo where it's at. I'll keep this on the screen for a little bit, but internalize it, because I'm going to take it away and we're going to practice it in some different keys. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So think intervallically, right? So we're going down the bebop scale, major bebop scale. And he's going right back up that major bebop scale, even though he's probably not thinking of it as the bebop scale, but that's what we're practicing again, right? Okay, good. You got that internalized? Let's do it a different key now. Since we're in F, let's just move it to B flat. Okay? So we're gonna let's take it out of time just for a minute, and this is just as much for me, I promise you. So we've got the 1 chord going down that bebop scale, and then going back up that, down an octave, into the 2 chord. So we're starting on a 1, and we're gonna end here. Beginning here, ending there. So that minor 7th distance, that's how we're gonna check to make sure that we're in the right place at the end. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Flows, right? It's a beautiful bass line. Again, 1, 2, 3, go. Sweet. All right, let's just do a couple more keys on this because I want to shed some of the other bass lines too. What key do you like? Let's do A. A should be fun. A, so we're going to start on A, and we're going to end on this 2 chord, or B natural, right? So we're starting on A major, we're going to hit an F sharp 6 chord, or not 6 chord, the dominant 6, the secondary dominant leading to the 2 chord, and end on a B minor. This is of course not the whole song, this is just a small fragment, but that's what we're practicing. Practice these small fragments, take little bites, thoroughly chew them up. That's the idea, right? 1, 2, A major, go. Down an octave, and then up a fourth. 1, 2, 3, go. Yeah, you got it? Nice. Let's do C. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. Did I start in the right place? Yeah. Did I end in the right place? Yeah. From C to D, like a whole step, but an octave displaced, right? 1, 2, 3, go. Ooh, I forgot how to play bass for a second there. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, go. Yeah, nice. So, all right, let's look at, this bass line is really similar, so I think we're going to pass on this one, just for the moment. But we can look at what Milt's doing right here, perhaps. But maybe let's try a little bit more ambitious. Let's try this one. Okay, so I've got this in treble clef right up here in this first measure. He's playing C right up here, right? That's where he's beginning. He's just going down the scale. So really knowing these scales, 2 octaves, again, super important for our, to be able to say what we want to say, have facility on the instrument. So. If you're interested in practicing stuff like this too, check out the Walking with Scales course on sale today, 30 bucks off. It's a great deal. Let's just do that much in F. Okay, so we're going to start at this F here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. It's really just the bebop scale at this point. Okay, so let's deal with these 2 keys right now. We'll go back into the C, analyze it for a second, and then bring it to F. Since it's a longer bit of information, I don't know, it's a longer musical excerpt that we're trying to do. Okay, so basically these first 4 bars are Milt Hinton descending this bebop scale. When he gets to the 5th measure, in this example, he starts doing broken thirds, which is basically like you're playing every other note in the scale, right? So for those 2 bars, he's doing... lands on this G on beat 1, right? Which makes a lot of sense. And I'm talking about way down there, the measure underneath this top one. G, right? So let's see if we can't internalize this real quick. So play this along with me. How about the bottom 4 measures right now, okay? So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, go. Broken thirds. Here's 5 to the 1, 7, 6, bebop scale. Right? Got that? We're doing broken third, minor third, minor third, just in C major. Got it? So the whole bass line together. He's burning this too, super fast. Do you have that? Maybe you're moving a little bit fast there, but let's do it in F real quick, okay? Let's see if we can do it. I'm going to forego the metronome right now. Let's use our own time, okay? Let's have a good time. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. Just bebop scale. Bebop scale. Now we're getting ready for these broken thirds. Broken third. 5, 1. So we do these broken thirds. Get to the 5, and then I'm going to do 5, 1, 5, down the scale, the major scale, up the bebop scale. Just flows. Beautiful bass line. Let's try the whole thing again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. Here we go with our broken thirds. Get to the 5, up the bebop scale. let's real quick, let's try this, man, I don't know, how about B flat? Cool, so we'll start at this B flat up here. We're gonna go down 2 octaves in the bebop scale. When we get down to this root, we're gonna play broken thirds for 2 bars. Get to the 5th, and then 1, down the scale, up the bebop scale, and get back to the root on beat 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Go broken thirds. 5, 1, bebop scale, right? Okay. Let's do it faster. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Play with me now. Broken third. Okay. Did you play that? How about faster? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. Fun, right? Good times with bass lines. This is all on the bebop scale. So let's head on over to the comments. Hopefully y'all have been playing along with me and have some interesting stuff to say. Okay, so let's catch back up. I got to bring this up again. Scott Marshall says I have a nice Argyle, so I'm gonna keep that up. Thanks again, Scott. And you know, I said something snarky or whatever. It's definitely a compliment. Thanks, Scott. Got to be careful not to wear this one too much, I guess, too. Okay. Yes, here, Dave. Always with some knowledge, and I love it. Thank you. Barry Harris doesn't use the term bebop scale. Right. He used that, what does he call it? The minor 6? The minor 6 scale? Is that the term that he uses? Yeah, and exactly. It's just the name. I'm not really hung up on that. That's just what we call it, so we, you know, kind of know it from our end. But Barry Harris doesn't use the term bebop scale, but he does have his set of half-step rules. Where to put a half-step in between scale notes, basically to make it come out right rhythmically. Yeah, exactly. And this is just this is the bare bones beginning of it. You know, I'm really trying to make it from the ground up. You know, like, so you can. What Dave is saying here too is you can put in other half steps. It's not just one way to do this. You know, like David Baker talks about this too. There's a bunch of places that you can put in half steps, but basically what we're doing is training our ears to hear those half steps and land on our feet, right? You would agree, right, Dave? Yeah, I think so. Okay, Luis, greeting from Brazil. What's up, brother? Okay, oh, Mark, I'm still obsessing over bar 7 of the Ray Brown session. Nice, that's awesome. I'm not sure exactly which, we've done a couple Ray things. You're talking about Blues in the Basement, that part, the walking line or the melody. But yeah, cool. Okay, here we go. Dave is back. Barry says you put a half step between the 5 and 6 on a major scale, or between the tonic and 7th and the dominant scale. Exactly, yeah. And so I'm not sure a timeline like where this fell, but yeah, exactly. I brought that up to the dominant bebop scale. You put in that half step between the 7th, the dominant 7th, and the root. Right? So it's a different thing. It's a different thing. But thank you, Dave. Clearing that up for everybody else here too. Very cool. Okay. Yes, Matthew Leos. Passing tone depends on whether major, minor, or dominant, as I understand it. Question mark. I think so. Yeah, the passing tones, if we have a different quality, some of the chromatic options work better than others, perhaps. Again, it's all from your ears, so I'm fully recommending, you know, I have these exercises and stuff, but, you know, I have these transcriptions too. That's really, to me, that's the answer. It's all in the recordings. It's all out there. Listen to the great recordings, great bassists, Paul Chambers, Ray Brown, Ron Carter, everybody, Milt Hinton, etc. You know, such a great lineage. But listen, you know. So yeah, there's different places you can put in half steps, and we've kind of discussed that a little bit before too. But for today, I'm just trying to narrow focus on the major bebop scale, which has that half step between the 5th and 6th. All right? Yeah. Okay. I'm not Dave, I'm sorry. I see all of this out of time, you know? So I'm not sure exactly what I said right when you answered that. Well, yeah, and then that major bebop scale is very major 6th diminished scale. Right. But that is indeed a sort of different concept. Okay. Half step rules are for making the rhythm work. Okay. Right on. Nice. So for me, thanks, Dave. I see you're still here. Yeah, there's all of this information is out there for sure. Like, uh, please go check out Barry Harris's methods. Like there's a bunch of people that have explained stuff like this, and in Open Studio too. I know my buddy Adam Manis has talked about that a fair amount too. So there's information out there. Oh, Harriet, you don't talk too much, Bob. Thanks, Harriet. Anytime I watch any of these back, I'm like, Bob, shut up. Just play the bass, man. But thank you for that. Appreciate that. All right, my buddy Andrew's in the back saying get walking scales for $30 off here. So click that link if you're interested. We do a deep dive into all the major scales, every key, 2 octaves. I have fingerings for everything, my suggested fingerings before anybody, says, oh, that's not cool, don't do that. Anyways, upright bass and electric bass. And I have tab for my electric cats that don't, that aren't interested in reading or whatever, but I also have them all notated in fingerings for electric bass as well. And we can practice them together and get faster. And we turn those into bass lines. It's a fun time. So check that out if you're interested, okay? I love that bass line. And again, this is asynchronous, and I have kids doing online school. That's why I use the word asynchronous, right? We know that word now, right? I don't know exactly which bass line you're talking about, but they are all good, I think. So, yeah. Okay. Hey, thank you, Dave. I really appreciate you hanging out here and adding your insights too. It's very, very cool. And you're helping me out too. I really like that. Thank you. Okay. Ooh, I like this. Brothkin. Where do I get the written transcriptions? Oh, and my buddy Andrew in the back. You can get it right here. So all you have to do is click this link down there, and you can get the PDF. It's in the transcriptions in the worksheet that I have today. These are not the full transcriptions of these bass lines, just these snippets and some of the things that we're practicing today. Okay, so don't go in it expecting like all of these tracks transcribed. I didn't do that for you. Do that yourself, right? But yeah, so that's where you get it. Hopefully you have no issues getting that, Brothkin. Oh, cool, Xavier. Great to practice this with my saxophone. Thanks. Oh, that's awesome. I love that. I've had a couple saxophone students come and take bass line lessons with me too, which is always really cool. I think that's bass players, we get kind of caught up sometimes ripping sax solos or different things from the sax world, melodies, things like that. And it's really refreshing to see horn players. And I know this is not unique. There's a bunch of people do it, but it's really refreshing to see horn players come and like try to get better at bass lines and understanding, kind of what's happening underneath there too. So I think it helps everything from top to bottom. If you know what's going on, if we as bass players understand a little bit better what's happening with the soloists, I think that informs our bass lines in a different way, right? So that's my my push to try to say transcribe horn solos as well, because might as well. They're out there. We have time. Hopefully you have time to practice. It's out there, but it can inform our bass lines in a different way. So that's my 2 cents on that. Cool. Hey, John, welcome. First time. We're here every Monday at the same time. And we have a bunch of videos, back videos over on Open Studios YouTube channel. So please subscribe as well. Check out the other videos. Great videos going on there. Kenneth, thanks, Bob. Hey, thank you, Kenneth. Thanks for coming through. Oh, Scott. Saw Milt Hinton at Carnegie Hall in 1981. Man, every bass player is hanging on every note. I believe that. I would have loved to see Milt Hinton. Man, I would have loved that. So, all right. Well, and Scott, excellent session. Thank you, Scott. Man, thanks for being here. I really appreciate everybody that hopefully was practicing along with me and all the comments and the questions. This is going to conclude our session for today. So thanks for joining me on the building blocks of bass. Please join me next Monday as well, and check out all the great stuff that's going on at Open Studio, especially the new Bass All Access Pass, and also my new course, Walking with Scales. And happy practicing. So peace.